Hello, my name's Annabelle Daniel and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Women's Community Shelters, and it's time for our July newsletter, and we have plenty of news to share with you this month. First up, we are incredibly excited to welcome our very first residents to the Haven Residences, which is the first project that we've done under Core and Cluster, which is a New South Wales government program in which we partner with our shelters and community housing providers to bring to life independent living units for women and children. And the Haven Residences is incredibly special. It's under the auspices of our Haven Nepean Women's Shelter, and I want to say a huge thank you and shout out to the team there for all the extraordinary over and above volunteer and shelter effort that they've put in to bring this to life. It's been extraordinary. And the Haven Residences is 11 self-contained units and an office where women and their children can live in privacy, dignity and security while still having wonderful support on site. So a huge welcome to our first residents at the Haven Residences. I'd also like to say a huge welcome to Armina Valoda, who is our new shelter practice lead at Women's Community Shelters. She comes to us with a wealth of experience, training in the law and a lot of other domestic and family violence organisations, and she'll be working really closely with our shelter managers across the network on best practice, doing the right thing by all of our residents everywhere and working to improve our quality and assurance. If you are a regular reader of our newsletter, you'll be familiar with our Beecroft House project, which is an amazing collaboration with Link Wentworth and Twilight Aged Care, providing very much needed housing to women at risk of homelessness who are over 55. We've had some remarkable success there recently in rehousing women who've been living there, and so we now have vacancies. So the eligibility is women over 55 who are experiencing homelessness or at risk of it or in financial difficulty, and there are several places open at Beecroft House now. So if there are referrals that you can make or friends or family who might be in need of such a home, then Beecroft House is well worth checking out, and we've got the links down below. One of the really fun things I get to do from time to time is speak on podcasts, and I was really delighted to meet with Peter McMillan at NT Shelter and take part in the Sharing the Couch podcast, which they do regularly. I had the opportunity in May to visit Larrakia country, which is Darwin, and to talk about the issue of homelessness and domestic and family violence in the Northern Territory. And as many of you know, WCS is very keen to extend our model outside New South Wales. This was a fabulous chat with Peter. I had a really good time in doing it, so if you'd like to listen, the link's down below. One of the other roles that I have is as a member of the Coercive Control Implementation Task Force in New South Wales, which means I chair a couple of the reference groups that feed into that task force. And so what we're going to be doing in the lead up to the legislation coming into effect in 2024 is sharing more articles on women's community shelters socials and also in our newsletter about the impact of coercive control on people experiencing it. That's women and children. We know predominantly that coercive control is a gendered issue, and there are many more stories, hearteningly, in the media around this at this time. So we'll be sharing those, and we've got an example of one of those down below. I just want to do a huge shout out and thank you to Super Rewards for coming on board to support women's community shelters. It's an absolutely intriguing program, and I'd encourage you to check out the details. We've got a link down below. And now that it's July, we're in a new financial year, and we couldn't go forward without saying thank you so much to all of our donors and supporters for your response to our end of financial year campaign, Who Would You Choose? Women's community shelters started because more than 1 in 2 women who were seeking safe crisis accommodation were turned away from the existing refuge and shelter network. And we've created over 40,000 safe bed nights over the last 12 months. We want to create another 40,000, and your donations will help us do that. So thank you so much for your support. We couldn't do what we do without you, and now we're going to work hard to make those bed nights happen.